listening to Unpause Your Life with Dr. Callie Estes and Master Coach Jenny Fontana, founders of the Life Coach Method. Each one of our uplifting and deep dive episodes is geared to help you tackle the things that hold you back from having the most magnificent life you deserve. Sit back, relax, and prepare to be coached.
Hey everybody, welcome to Unpause Your Life with Dr. Callie Estes. My guest today, I'm excited to have on, he's controversial, Ronnie Costa from Boston.
Hello. Hi.
So Ronnie, all right, so I'm going to talk about a couple things. First,
Okay.
you own a company called Counseling Unlimited, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so tell us what that is first and what you do.
So Counseling Unlimited is a case management, sober companion, transport company. We work with clients, acute mental health, clients that are struggling with substance abuse and mental health issues. We also work with clients in the last couple of years that are on the spectrum, mid to high functioning clients that are on the spectrum. Yeah.
So you are yourself, you're in recovery, correct? You're sober.
I am. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about your journey, how you got here and wanting to help other people. And then I've got some like controversial questions for you.
Okay. So so I grew up in the East Coast in Providence, Rhode Island. I grew up
No
in
kidding with that accent.
yeah. So I grew up in a pretty tough environment. Um and yeah, I say all the time that drugs, so I was introduced so growing up I stayed away from drugs and alcohol. It just wasn't allowed. When I was introduced to drugs, Oxycontin, I say this all the time. It took me away from myself. It took me away from the streets. Drugs saved my life. And I went to California to get sober in 2003. And I wanted to help people. I wanted to help people that were in the same spot I was in. Not as much with drug and alcohol, but to get people away from the streets. So I started working with kids that were in gangs in Los Angeles, Long Beach, Los Angeles area. Um, I went to school for counseling. And while I was working with kids, Homeboy Industries and other youth offender reentry type programs, I was going to school for counseling for drug and alcohol. Um, and where was I? And I really enjoyed doing what I was doing. I really
Okay.
loved doing what I was doing. I started working with those kids, and I transitioned over to kind of drug and alcohol, substance abuse when I got certified as a counselor.
So you've been
Always
in
seemed,
this
but
space a long time helping people.
I have. I've been in and out of the space. Yeah. Actually, no, I've been in the space a long time. I left the treatment industry 2011 because I just didn't want to be involved in a lot of what was happening around that time. Um, and
That's
I went
when,
to probation. I went to probation and parole. Good.
oh wow. That's when the whole Florida shuffle got shut down
Yes.
right around 2011. And that guy showed up on American Greed and he was human trafficking people. And that was dirty, dirty. Like that was the underside of our industry.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff, even in California. So I was in SoCal. So even in SoCal, I mean, with the liquid gold and the body brokering, people being flown from Florida to California, from wherever to California for treatment. I just wanted nothing to do with that. I didn't want my name involved in that. I turned my life around. And I was on a new path and I wanted nothing to do with all of that chaos. So, I moved to state probation and parole. I transitioned over. I originally transferred over to adolescents, and then I moved into the adults with Prop 36 and SASCA programs in California.
Okay.
Um, Around 2016, I came back slowly to the treatment industry, treatment world. 2016, 2017, I started helping people build sober livings, and slowly came back to treatment. I started working in treatment a little bit with places that I felt were aligned, where I was aligned with the facilities, where I was aligned with um, either the director, the program director, that I felt a connection. I felt they were doing things the right way. Around 2018, I started coaching. I was introduced to coaching and companioning, and and I got really busy quick. because of my background, I got really busy. I started working with everyone from gang members to CEOs. Um, I guess I because I could fit on the street and I could fit in the office. So I got busy quick as a companion, and and I loved it. I really enjoyed it because I wasn't working for a facility that I wasn't comfortable, I wasn't aligned with. I was actually helping people and seeing change. I think I went a little bit over right there, but do you want me to keep going?
No, it's good. So now our listeners know who you are, what you do.
Yep.
So let me ask
Yep.
you a question. You left the industry because it was dirty. And,
Yes.
in my opinion, it still is dirty. I think we
Okay.
still have some
Yep.
issues where the liquid gold, so people understand, is the urine billing, right? Where you're
Yes. Yep.
overbilling, people were getting $1,200 a cup of urine. They were stacking it in the fridges. I mean, it was ridiculous. But
Yes.
I always say you have to remember at the end of the day, these are addicts running treatment centers. And
Yep.
maybe they're not doing drugs anymore, but they're still doing the same bad behavior, saying, well, I'm in recovery, but
Absolutely.
I'm
Yep.
I'm exploiting people, or I'm buying cars, or I'm buying watches, or I'm at the strip club, or I'm at the casino. That
Yep.
addiction shows up in money in our
Absolutely.
space.
Yes.
And this is a lucrative space.
Hmm. Yes.
So let's talk about that for a second. And that's kind of why we made the Black Book. So we're going to
Yep.
talk about the movie too.
Yeah, of course.
How do you feel about people in this space still doing that and getting high and helping people?
So I started Counseling Unlimited in 2020 because I was doing a lot of companion work with companies that I didn't align with. Um, they were doing things that I just wasn't comfortable with. Um, so to go into what you to actually to roll right into what you just said, there was a lot of companies, people were calling me to ask me to do things that I wasn't going to do. Can you go basically babysit a billionaire at a mansion in Hollywood and just check his heartbeat? He's got hookers coming in and out. He's doing cocaine, and we just want to know that he's alive. And I was like, no, that's not I'm doing. That's not what I do. I don't babysit. Like, I want to see a client get better. I'm not here just to keep somebody alive. And more of that stuff was happening. So that's what made me stop Counseling Unlimited. Yes, we see it all the time. We see it's still happening. It's gotten really so it got better for a little while. I feel like, and I want to say I might be wrong with the dates, but I feel like from around 17 when they started installing cameras in treatment centers, 16, 17, they started putting cameras in every detox, every hallway. It got better. And then after COVID, it started getting really dark again. Um, it got better for a short time, maybe 5 years, and now we're right back to in SoCal, for example. Oh, and I say, and this is a joke, but all you need is a felony and your mom to have a felony, and they'll give you a license. It's scary. It's a scary world.
Well, in Florida,
Um, I-
you can't do that. If you have a felony, you can't open up a treatment center or even a sober living. It's done. But
really?
Yeah, Florida follows medical model. So I
Okay.
actually started my career, well, in Pennsylvania, but my private career in 2012
Yep.
in Florida. And
Okay.
Florida's a no kickback state. So if
Okay.
you, and I found this out interestingly, if you accept a gift card or a money
Yep.
or anything for giving a referral to a treatment center, it's a felony in Florida.
Oh
And
wow.
I had sent somebody to California to a high-end treatment center and they sent me a Neiman's gift card for 500 bucks. And I
Yep.
called them and I'm like, I don't want this. I can't have it. I'm sending it back. And they said,
Yep.
well, we can't accept it. What am I supposed to do with it? So I went down
Yep.
to the domestic violence shelter and I donated it. And I
Okay.
said, can you give me a piece of paper that says I donated this gift card? And I sent
Yes.
that to the treatment center and I said, this is where it is. This is what happened to it. Well, fast forward 2 years later, the FBI raided that treatment center in California and
Wow.
sent me an email of, hey, we need to talk to you. And then I got
Yep.
a phone call and I'm like, absolutely. And I get in the paper trail. It was given to me. I tried to return it. I have a proof of it. And then I gave it to domestic
Yep.
violence. And they were like, okay. Because in Florida, that's a felony. You don't take a kickback.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
treatment center was like, "Well, what do you mean you're not going to take the gift card?" I'm like, I don't want your
Yeah.
$500 Neiman's gift card. I don't even shop.
Yep.
So here you go.
Yeah. 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 It's scary. That's the world. Unfortunately, and you know what? I say this a lot, and I was at a conference. I don't go to conferences, or for the most part, I don't go to conferences. But in 2022, I wanted to see Gabor Mate speak. So I decided to go to the World Conference, whatever, global. in Florida. It was in Orlando in 22. I listened to Gavin Mate speak. After Gavin Mate spoke, I went to the coffee shop in the hotel. While I was standing in line, the two guys behind me were talking about, I'll give you 4% or $4,000 per body. And I looked at the guy I was in line with and I said, this is why I don't come to these events. And he said, Ronnie, don't say nothing. It's not your place. And I said, no, I'm not going to say anything, but I'm going to leave. I can't be around this kind of, because I will say something. I am that type to voice my opinion. And so it cost me about $1,500 to see Gavin Mate speak for 45 minutes because I didn't go back.
Yeah.
I knew that was the kind of, and I called friends, people that I'm close to in the industry, and I said, you're not going to believe this. I heard Gavin Mate speak. As soon as I stepped in line at the coffee shop, body brokering was going on at the coffee shop in line. And it cost me $1,500 to hear Gavin Mate. Yep.
And I don't go for a whole different reason. It's people marketing to each other the same service, which I don't
Yes.
understand.
Yep.
And they're all hanging out. Half of them are drinking
Hmm.
and doing drugs. The other half are having sex with each other. It's like,
Yep.
this is not conducive to anything. And then every speaker is a pay to play. So it's
Hmm.
not like you're actually coming to hear somebody, they're paying to be there. So it's like,
Yes.
this is so weird, the way this is set
Yep.
up. Like,
Yep.
I don't understand it. I mean, there's good conferences. You took me to one in England. That was a great
Yep.
conference.
Yeah.
But some of these are just like,
Pay
it's,
for play.
yeah.
It's just a, yeah. There's another term that pay for play, or there's another term also. I think you used it. I think you said it to me. I can't think of what it is off the top of my head though. Uh, they're marketing to each other, and it's like there's no benefit. There's no benefit in it for me. I don't want to be around that. I was talking to a guy today actually, and he's like, "How come you don't go to any of the conferences?" I said, because it's just not. I get a lot of my referrals come from therapists, doctors. I don't do a lot of business with treatment centers. If it aligns, I truly believe in the universe, and God will guide me. If it's the right fit, I'm gonna we're gonna align. But I have a bad taste in my mouth for most treatment centers. There are about 10% that I will work with, but most of the time I have no interest. I work with a lot of people. I do good work. I say for Counseling Unlimited, quality, not quantity.
Mhm.
We do quality work. We're not about signing contracts just to sign a contract. We want to do good quality work. The other thing for Counseling Unlimited is I don't have a roster per se. I have people that I intimately know. I have 5 males, 5 females on average that I use that I'll rotate. Because I need to know my companions. If I'm not, I need to know the people that are working for me. If I don't trust you with my daughter, I'm not going to trust you with my client. So that's a big difference for Counseling Limited also. We don't have a roster of companions or coaches that we just grab randomly. Like I really need to know who I'm working with.
Yeah.
Um, it's really important to me.
That's important too. And we're the same way. And I get a lot of
Hmm.
people that come off of other rosters and they're like, well, I work for these 8 other companies. And
Yep.
I hear the horror stories.
Yep.
One company is in big trouble because they hired a guy right out of prison with a felony, 2 days out of
Hmm.
prison, zelled him gas money to pick somebody up in Vegas and bring him to LA. And during the
Yep.
process, the client claims they were sexually assaulted. Well, the guy's a sex offender with a felony.
Yep. Yikes.
Like, where's the
Jesus.
background check? Like, we background
Jeez.
everybody.
Yep.
You have to have
Yes, absolutely.
5 years sobriety minimum. You have to have at least, an IMAC with me, or you have to be a counselor. You
Yep.
have all these rules. And I was like, this
Yep.
person had no training. So now they're in trouble. So
Yeah.
like that's what's, our representative of our industry is. That's what people are presenting us as. And it sucks because it's like we do good work. You do good work. I
Yep.
do good work.
Yep.
And then we have
Yep.
people like that doing that. And then people running around going, well, don't hire anybody because they're all bad.
Yeah.
And that's not the
Yes.
case.
When you said that, when you brought up that thing about the felony, somebody that was just got out of prison, I actually had somebody, I did a job for somebody during COVID, because they needed somebody to cover. They wanted somebody to work with. They said was a violent gang member at the time, and they said, "Will you give it a shot?" And I said, "Sure, I'll try." Everybody else had quit within 24 hours. Anyway, when it was my turn to rotate after like 15 days, they put another guy in. Um, that guy, come to find out, was on federal bail for selling to an undercover. He sold methamphetamine to an undercover within like 60 days before they put him to cover me on that job. Really, bro, it just disgusting. Yeah.
Yeah.
No background check, same thing. Just stick him on a job, find a body, stick him on a job.
Sit back
Scary.
and collect the paycheck and pay him
Yep,
peanuts. Yeah. And that's
scary.
that I can't stand. Like some of these companies that charge 2,500, 3 grand
Hmm.
per
Yep.
day, fine. But then they pay their staff 300 bucks, 600 bucks. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what?
It's wild.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's just, it baffles me. And then you've got the people running sober companion companies that are using drugs and nodding out on video. You've
It's
got that
wild.
nonsense.
Yeah. It's scary. It's really scary. I
So,
tell everybody, I said this to somebody the other day. I tell everybody, always read the reviews. Always read the reviews. Read the good and the bad. If before you use a company, always read the reviews, good and bad. I tell that to families all the time, you
yeah.
know?
So, well, I appreciate you talking about your history and why you did this. And let's talk about the Black Book for a second.
Yes, of course.
Did you know what you were getting into when I'm like, hey, we have a project?
I didn't, but I think I said this to you from the beginning. I was excited because of those who were involved.
Yeah.
I took it as and I say this to you, I've said this to you before, but um, it was an honor. It was an honor because of those who were involved. I was really excited to be part of it. And I had never done anything like that before. And my fiance and the people that are closest to me, like, Ronnie, you need to go do this. Get going.
Yeah.
And I was comfortable because it was you. I was comfortable because it was Michael. And then Dr. Sarah was amazing. I mean, she kept us together.
Uh-huh.
And it was amazing. It was a really powerful I left there feeling really good about it. And honored, you know.
Well, hold your hat. We've got 7 more episodes coming.
So what were you gonna ask me? Because I just went into like a little thank you so much for including me.
I was going to ask you what did you think we were going to make this project, and what do you want to tell the listeners about the project? Because I haven't talked much about it. People just know we made a movie, and they know when I'm behind something, I'm controversial. So they
Yep.
know it's going to have some element of something to it, but they don't know what it is yet. I'm just starting to roll it out. So what do you want
So
people to know?
I think that I so for me, what I'm gonna say is you pulled in Michael and myself are two people that are controversial. I have no problem telling people where they stand, what I see and how I feel about them. And the three of us together, I think it's gonna ruffle some feathers, but it's also gonna bring a lot of attention to the film.
Yeah.
Because people know I don't bite my tongue. They know that like if I got something to say, I'm gonna say it. I don't play with dirty players. And unfortunately I can't name names, but I'm gonna do my best in the film to allude to who I'm talking about, you
Yeah.
know? And
I
hopefully that person calls me so I can have a conversation with them.
It's been interesting. So I think so far I've had a couple dirty players and good players try to align with me because they're like,
Yep,
uh-oh, this is probably not going to be a good thing because if Callie's behind it, there's going to be some
yep,
exposure somewhere. So I had
yeah,
that. One of my haters came for you already, which I thought was interesting. The girl with the whole federal thing. So that was interesting.
okay,
But I think we're going to bring enough awareness, like to
okay,
the community outside about what's really
yep,
happening. And then I think
yep,
we're gonna actually make our industry shift. I see that happening. I see
yes,
the whole
yep,
model of the 30-day inpatient stay is not going to be anymore because it
yeah,
doesn't work. What
yep,
works is the shit you and I are doing and the shit Michael's doing. You know,
yep,
boots on the ground,
absolutely,
in your face, in your home. That's what works. And we know it works. This
yep.
cocoon for 30 days while you hang out, smoke a cigarette, drink a monster, and look at the beautiful sunset, it
And
doesn't
watch
work.
Netflix in your room
Yeah.
and watch Netflix, never even go to group. Yeah,
And yeah, it's not working. And they're billing for you, letting you
yep,
sit there. So I think as we go through these 7 episodes, um,
yes.
we're going to be shooting in Sicily. Peter and I are getting a townhouse in Sicily because we're both from
Oh,
Sicily. I'm
nice.
like, let's just get a
Yeah,
townhouse. We'll shoot there.
yeah,
So we're going
yeah,
to have
yeah.
one set there. I see us coming to Boston. to
Okay.
cover some more stuff for you. And I see
Okay.
going down to Florida with Michael, and Terry's moving to Florida, and they're going to be within an hour of each other. So
Amazing. Yeah.
it's going to be so interesting to watch this go. And I'm curious to see
Okay.
how we do.
Yeah, I think it's gonna what's interesting also I want to add is I've noticed since we started taping or since we wrapped, more and more people are speaking out. So after we wrapped, I wrote a post on Facebook, and it was kind of controversial, but there was a lot of love. I got a lot of love from that post. I had CEOs and program clinical directors messaging me private to say thank you. And I've noticed in the last couple of weeks, more and more people are speaking out, which
Yeah,
is amazing. More and more people seem to be stepping outside and saying, you know what? The stuff that's happening is not okay. It's not fucking okay.
that's
People are
good.
dying. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the one company that went public, I won't
Yeah.
name names, but he
Yeah.
went traded on the
Yep.
NASDAQ, and he just
Hmm.
drove by everybody's treatment center, and people were dying. Like in the
Yeah.
first 24 hours of buying the one location, there was a death, and it was
Yeah.
like, let's address that. And they swept the whole thing under the rug, and I'm like, what are we doing? How is it's
Yeah.
not okay to have someone die in your treatment center. It's not okay.
Yeah.
Why is that happening? So,
Yeah. It's
so
happening because we have very little supervision, from government or there's nobody paying attention. And even if they act like they're paying attention, they're really not. And
yeah,
families and kids are dying and loved ones are dying as a result, you
yeah.
know?
Well, I look forward to doing these movies with you. This is going to be
I'm
fun.
excited. Yeah, I'm excited. I think that um, it's going to open up a lot of doors. It's going to bring a lot of people out because and I shared this with you, just the people that were DMing me were big players in the nation, in the industry. Some of those people run really big treatment centers. Some I don't align with, but the
Mhm.
CEOs and management level people are messaging me saying, Ronnie, thank you. This needs to be said, you know?
Good. I'm looking
So
forward to this. This is going to be good.
yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah.
So, for our listeners, if you could give one
Yes.
piece of advice that you learned the hard way, what would it be?
As far as what?
Anything,
Um,
any piece of advice, a takeaway. But they'll remember Ronnie Costa said this in the back of my head.
oh, that's tough. I mean, I can think of so many, but this is it's gonna be kind of simple, but my first thought is always Ronnie's will. The second one is God's will. I tell clients that all the time. That first thought is always what Ronnie wants. The second one, if I pause, the second one is usually God's will. Usually it corrects itself. So Ronnie wants to go buy the Porsche. If I sit on it for a minute, God's like, no, Ronnie, you don't need that Porsche, you know?
That's good
So
advice.
yeah, God's will, Ronnie's will, God's will. First thought, Ronnie's will. Second is God's will.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And where do our listeners find you? They want to hire you for Sober Companion or talk to you or just align with
So
you. Where do they find you?
they can contact me through our website um, at counselingunlimited.com. It's spelled counseling, UNLMTD.com. Or they can contact, I give you the 800 number. 800 number is, let me see. I don't know it off the top of my head. My apologies. My 800 number is
We'll put everything
1
up in
800.
the show notes too. So they'll have the
Okay.
number. We'll put everything up there for that.
1-800-798-8779. And anybody, I mean, if you want to reach out to me privately, DM me on Facebook, Instagram. My phone is open to anyone who wants to talk, chat anytime. We don't have to work together for me to try to help you. I'm available 24 hours a day if anybody's in need and wants to talk.
Awesome. And this
Yeah.
has been
Yeah.
great. I'm glad you came on, and you have been listening to Unpause Your Life with my guest today, with Ronnie Costa. We'll put everything up in the show notes so that you can reach him with any questions. And keep your eye out for the Black Book. He's the star of the show. We won't tell you what we were doing down at Chateau Marmont on Sunset Strip, but we were definitely down
Yep.
there doing some fun things.
Amazing. Yeah.
So
Thank you so
until
much.
you're welcome. So until next time, guys, this is Dr. Callie Estes with Unpause Your Life.
Thank you for listening to Unpause Your Life with Dr. Callie Estes and Master Coach Jenny Fontana. Head over to www.thelifecoachmethod.com to learn more about coaching yourself and how to become a master coach.